Well, there it is, picanha, cooked on an open fire grill. Absolutely delicious. Nice medium rare for the most part. Cooked it on the one side just a little bit too long, I think. Turned a little bit gray there, but it was absolutely amazing. Howdy, my name's Cooter Pickleberry. This is Florida Man Cooking. Today we're going to do something a little bit different than we've been doing. I got a little live fire going. We got a Blackstone Bronco open flame grill. We do a little picanha. First, I'm just going to walk you through. This is the first time I've used this thing. So I grew up cooking on open fire. Not quite so fancy though. We just kind of used sticks to prop up the grate when we were out camping. So as kids, we were raised slightly feral, and we go out for 3 or 4 days in the woods and cook whatever fish we caught or whatever else we caught, and did it on open flame because that's what we had. This is a little bit different, a little bit fancier. Pretty cool though. So I just bought this thing, put it together. It took about 2 hours to put together. The build looks like they use excellent materials. It's heavy. Let's give you a show. The first thing I really like is the wheels. It's got really heavy duty cast ring locking wheels, all 4 of them, so it'll roll wherever you want and you lock it right in place. That's where the fire goes. As the embers kind of drop, and they gave us this nice little tool to make that happen. We'll open this door up. The door's right here, a couple of latches on it. Pretty handy. You open the door up, you rake the coals across the bottom, and then you got the fancy part is the grill. You know, if you want to cook it hot, you drop the grill down. And if you want to cook it slow, you reel it up with this big crank and kind of adjust it with that. It's called the Santa Maria style grill. They try to pretend it's an Argentinian. It kind of is, I guess. But the cool thing about it is it's great for cooking a lot of food. It's got a big cooking grate. It's stainless steel, nice and easy to clean. And it's kind of a fun conversation piece if you're having a big party. There's no party tonight, just me, Cooter Jr., and a banana. And we're going to make a couple of picanhas, and I'm sure the older boys will stop by when they get a chance and steal some from us. But started the fire in here. I used some oak, some hickory, and then a couple lumps of charcoal just to get everything going. So in a few minutes, we're going to start raking the coals out, throw the picanha on, and we'll see how long it takes to cook. I'm not really that worried about temperature. I'm going to kind of cook it up high, in a high spot initially, and then we'll kind of drop it down closer to the coal bed to make a sear at the end when we're getting close to ready to eat. So we'll be back with you here in a few minutes, but my so far, just a little bit I've seen, it seems like a pretty awesome little machine. I've been looking forward to getting something like this for a long time. I'm looking forward to having a party where we can kind of hang out by the thing and maybe have a libation or two and just cook a bunch of meat. You know, it's pretty cool. We got scallop season starting here on Friday. I don't get back from South America until I think Sunday, so probably on Monday we're going to be cooking some bay scallops in their shells on this thing. Seems like a neat way to do it. So a lot of exciting things with this. I'm pretty excited about it. Stick around, we'll show you how it looks when we cook. Thanks. The only grill I ever used that has a manual transmission. That's just so satisfying. Not sure why, but I like it. Okay, so the coals and the embers drip down underneath the fire. And while that's happening, we're about ready to cook, so I'm going to start prepping the meat. There's a whole video that's going to be end screen, so if you get to the end of the video, you can look up and see the end screen where I show you how to cook a picanha and how I season it and get it ready. But this is the gist of it on this thing. We just take that big weird angled stick they gave us, we kind of beat the logs down, embers break off, fall through the holes on the bottom, and we open that door up. You can see the hole, you can see all the coals there. We just kind of pull those out. You don't need to get everything evenly spread, and the reason you don't need to is because it's all metal and everything will conduct heat. So if you get some out there in the middle and here and there, it heats up that whole box, and it's like a blast furnace. It's like standing inside a hairdryer when you're next to it, so it's pretty hot. Does a good job. And the neat thing about this kind of cooking is, as the meat drips onto the embers, it fires back up and smokes them with their own meat, which is really kind of, or smokes the meat with its own juices, which is really kind of a neat flavor. I like that. So that's how it looks, nothing to it. And you just adjust the grate up and down as needed. So to close that door, you don't have to worry about the latches. You can just kind of slam it shut and it closes good, which is nice if you only have one hand available. And you can see it's lowering the grate. The reason I did that, you know, a hot grate doesn't stick. The meat won't stick to it. So if you get it down right in the coals, get that good and hot before you throw the meat on it, you won't stick to the grate, which is nice. Throw a couple more logs on. This thing went through quite a bit of wood to get a decent amount of coal. But that's okay, because that's part of it. It takes longer, but that's part of the fun of having this kind of grill cooking. It's not just charcoal briquettes. By the way, I use briquettes on this to get the wood going. I think in the future I'll probably use lump coal because it'll stay up with the logs better than the charcoal briquettes will just kind of fall through. So we throw the meat on, give it a little crank up to get it off the bottom, away from the heat just a little bit, and you just have to adjust that as you think is necessary. It's real pretty looking. So I started with the fat cap up, finished it with the fat cap down. I probably should have flipped it a little sooner than I did. I'm learning how to work this thing, you know, as I go. This is my first cook on it, but it turned out pretty good, man. That's what it looks like after it's flipped. If I would have done a little bit sooner, I could have that internal temperature down farther and cook that fat cap a little more. In this case, I just ended up not eating the fat. Sometimes I like to eat it. It's pretty good stuff, man. So it's off now. That's a quick cleanup with a brush. That's how it looks upside down with the fat cap showing. And there it is, sliced and beautiful. Well, that was good eating, man. Really enjoyed it. Great stuff. Like the grill too. Real quick rundown on that. It was a little under 500 bucks. Got it at Walmart. It's built better than I expected. I'm not sure how long it'll last. You know, these things usually cost 2,500 bucks, $3 grand. This was less than 500. So it is what it is. It didn't have ceramic bricks in it. It used stainless steel, but that stainless steel does a nice job of keeping the heat in, and I really enjoyed it. Hope you get one, try it out. I'll make a whole lot more recipes on it because it's my new toy and I enjoy it. Right now I am in New York. Got here last night from Las Vegas, and then tonight I'm heading down to Guyana, and I'll get home in a couple days. But I want to get this video out before I left. Let me know what you think. Take care. God bless.